Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Longchamp Racecourse here on Sunday. It is May the 12th, 2019. I'm going to look at all the stakes races on the program from Longchamp, including the POULAINS. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. I love today's card from Longchamp. It's the French 2000 1000 Guineas. I'm going to look at those two races, and I'm going to look at all the graded stakes races or the group races. So let's get on to it. We're going to look at races 2, 4, and 5. So races 2, 4, and 5. Let's get on to it. The second race from Longchamp. It's the Group 3 Prix de Saint Georges Stakes. It's a Group 3 race going for a purse $92,500 race for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses going 1,000 meters or 5 furlongs on the turf course here at Longchamp. My top selection, I'm going to go to the 1 horse Cestilio Jet. I'm going to go 1-5 in the forecast exacta. 1-5 forecast exacta. Top selection, 1 horse Cestilio Jet. This 4-year-old colt by French 15. Frankie Dettori gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came 2 weeks ago at Masons of Feet, 26th of April. 6 furlongs in a listed stakes. The horse finished third by 1 3/4 lengths. Had a little bit of a turn of foot, but the 2 in front of him were much the best. That race could have been a Group 3. That race, if those 2 horses ran here today, it was good horses he finished behind. Enzo Court and City Light. He ran a good effort there. Before that, though, he didn't run a great effort. I found him the 29th of March in a 5.5 furlong, 1,100 meter listed stakes over yielding ground. The horse finished third by 3 3/4 lengths. Under the drive most in race, just never really excelled. It wasn't a day to win. And then a shunty on the all-weather on the 9th of March, 6.5 furlongs, 1,300 meters in a 4 plus lounge race novice. He finished 6 by 8 lengths. And again, he never got into it. He was drawn a little bit too wide for the all-weather at Polytrack at Shunty. And then 8th of November at Shunty, 6.5 on the Polytrack in a lounge race. He won by a nose. He was facing only 3-year-olds that day, and he still ran well. Very good effort. He has some speed. If he uses speed here today, I think he can get away with it. Frankie Dettori up is always a good plus also. And, I think he'll run well, so I'll take him here in a very wide open race. So to recap my selection for the 5th from Longchamp, it's Group 3 Prix de Saint Georges. Gonna go with the 1 horse Cestilio Jet. I'm gonna go 1-5 in the forecast exacta. So now let's get to race number 4 from Longchamp. The 4th race, it is the Group 1 POULE de ESSAI de POULAINS. The French 2,000 Guineas here. It's the Group 1 POULE de ESSAI de POULAINS. It's going for a purse $692,000. Race for 3-year-olds. Field of 12 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. My top selection here, and a horse I'm a very big fan of, is the 8 horse Persian King. I'm going to go 8-6 in the forecast exacta. 8-6 forecast exacta. Top selection, 8 horse Persian King. This 3-year-old colt by Kingman. Trained by Andre Fabre, Pierre Charles Boudot gets the leg up. I think this horse probably is the best 3-year-old in Europe at the moment, one of the best in the world. He's gone under the radar, I think, a little bit in some places, and in some of the newspapers because he's not run against the tougher horses, but he runs these massive races as a 2-year-old and 3-year-old, and I think he's sitting on goodness here. I think I'll love the mile trip. His most recent outing came on the 14th of April at Longchamp, 1 mile in the Group 3 Prix de Fontainebleau, and he won by 5, and wasn't even extended that day. He just walked in the park. It was a very good effort there first off the break. Before that, on the 13th of October in Newmarket, 1 mile in the Group 3 Godolphin Autumn Stakes, he won by neck, and keep in mind, the second place finisher, Magna Graecia, for Ian O'Brien, won next start out in the 2,000 Guineas last week at Newmarket very nicely. This horse, he sat on the front end, he had a great turn of foot, and he got there in the end. A very good run for him there against some tough horses. And then the 15th of September, Shunty, 1 mile, the 2-year lounge race, he won by 5, and again, wasn't extended at all. He won very nicely, and then he broke the main at Shunty very nicely also. His only loss came at Deauville, going 7.5 furlongs down the straightaway, and he just didn't like that. I think he has a good post right here today. He'll like the give in the ground, and like I said, I think he might be one of the best 3-year-olds in the world. And 3-2, if I get 3-2 out post time, I'll be happy as a pig and shit, because I'm going to really be going to the window on him. I'll take my $5 for every $2 I bet on him, or $2.50 to the dollar. But I like him a lot, and I'm gonna bet on him well. So to recap my selection for the fourth from Longchamp, it is the Group 1 Poule de ESSAI de POULAINS. Gonna go with the 8-horse Persian King. I'm gonna go 8-6 in the forecast exacta. Let's get to the filly equivalent here, the fifth race from Longchamp. It's the Group 1 Poule de ESSAI de POULICHES. It's a Group 1 race going for a purse $576,000. Race for 3-year-olds fillies here. We have a field of 10 horses here in the French 1000 Guineas, going the distance of ground of 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to go to the 1-horse Watch Me. I'm going to go 1-8 in the forecast exacta. 1-8 forecast exacta. Top selection of 1-horse Watch Me. Throw filly by Olympic Glory. Olivier Pellier gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came 10th of March at Masons Lafitte. 7 furlongs in the Group 3 Prix d'Imprudence Stakes. The horse won by nose at 6-1 on very demanding ground. He had to be used a lot. He got there in the nick of time, but you probably, if you watched the replay, you kind of could tell the horse wasn't 100%. I think second off the break on a little bit drier ground. I think this horse is sitting on a good run. This horse has always had the runs on wet ground. Before that, on the 10th of November at Toulouse, heavy ground, 1 mile, 2-year-old listed stakes. He won by 1.5 lengths there, and the demanding ground, he didn't like it, but he still took off clear. It was a very nice run. And then Saint-Cloud on the 11th of October, 1 mile, 2-year-old main race, finished third by 1/4 lengths. Had a little bit of a trouble trip, closed up a little bit at the end, but still ran well. Has a good barrier poster from the 5-hole, and I think he's sitting on a good run, so I'll take him here. So to recap my selection for the fifth from Longchamp, it's the Group 1 Poule de ESSAI de POULICHES, the French 1000 Guineas. Gonna go with the 1-horse Watch Me. I'm gonna go 1-8 in the forecast exacta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.